Kamala Harris was a prophet. Everything that she predicted Donald Trump would do, he has done in less than 18 months. He has started new wars. He has driven up inflation, not just at home, but global inflation as well. He has driven up energy prices. He is spiraling us into the biggest recession that anyone has ever seen since the Great Depression. So tell me, if you voted for Donald Trump, why exactly was it that you could not put the best interest of yourself, your friends, and neighbors above your misogyny and patriarchy? I'll wait for your answer in the comments.
So this might sound strange coming from a white guy, but I really believe it's important for us in the white community to hear. The powerlessness that a lot of us feel about Trump literally being handed the keys to the free world, this is how the black community has felt for most of American history. Leaders who are looking out for a certain group of people, but not for you. Leaders and authority figures who are supposed to be looking out for you, representing you, protecting you, and actually doing the exact opposite. And all the while justifying it in the name of Jesus. The police are the classic example. Never in my entire life as a white person have I felt uncomfortable around a police officer, even when being pulled over by them. Totally different experience in the black community. And now we have this guy in the White House who is an absolute loose cannon, and who knows what he's going to do. This is all part of God's judgment against this nation. We have rejected the heart cry of the black community. We have refused to see their pain and hear their pain and feel their pain. So now the Lord is allowing us to feel it in a very different way.
The reason why poor white people continue to support Donald Trump, even though his policy directly makes their lives even worse, is because they don't actually vote for politicians on the basis of policy. They actually vote for ideology. Donald Trump embodies whiteness and he upholds white supremacy. And for a lot of poor white people who have accomplished nothing in life, who have very little access to opportunity, upholding something that gives them worth, even though it's based on the one thing that they had no control over, even though it's based on a lie, is more important than fighting for a system where everyone benefits. And this is why there's always a sort of state of confusion when people say, how can you vote against universal health care? Why would you not want more money going to schools? Why are you okay with a politician blatantly taking your tax dollars and pocketing it, rather than using it for the greater good? When poor Europeans came to America, they received a benefit in America that they were not afforded in Europe. And that was whiteness. And all they had to do was abandon everything they learned in Europe, abandon their heritage, their language, their customs, their traditions, anglicize their names, and they were afforded every single privilege that they did not have in Europe. They could be entrepreneurs, have access to loans, send their children to good schools. They were finally on the top of the hierarchy. And I don't think people realize how much success and building wealth and having money is tied up into whiteness. It is a political term that was born out of capitalism. And so for these white people who have not actually succeeded under this system, whiteness means everything to them. This is why you have poor people who are so against systems like socialism, even though it would give them more power. It would give them more agency. That would actually require that they give up the one thing that they value the most, the one thing that gives them value. And if that means worshiping someone like Donald Trump, while he destroys Social Security, makes their lives more unaffordable, makes it more difficult for them to access healthcare, that is what they're willing to sacrifice.
After watching this video, one thing is very clear. Many people are talking about same problem. They are talking about high price, they are talking about expensive food, they are talking about rent, bills and daily life. Some people say they were expecting a better economy. Some people say they are expecting lower price. But many families are still struggling. Now not everyone agree. One who is responsible. People are different opinion, but this video show is many Americans are worried about their future. They are worried about money, they are worried about their families, and they are asking questions. That is why we are seeing more and more people speaking about online. Now let's watch a few reaction and see what other people have to say.
Okay, since no one's going to say it, I'm going to say it. Let's just call it what it is. This Trump administration isn't some showcase of brilliance or strategy or moral authority. It is a showcase of white mediocrity, broadcast for the entire world to see. If you think about it, they scream about being the greatest. They scream about being the smartest, the most patriotic. But when the spotlight hits them, what do we see? Corruption, incompetence, lies stacked on top of lies. A government so insecure it has to redraw maps, it has to silence voters, it has to attack its own citizens just to hold on to power. And the world is watching. Countries overseas are looking at America, shaking their heads saying, this is America? This is what we were told was the standard for democracy? Because for centuries, whiteness carried itself alongside synonymous with excellence, while dismissing black and brown excellence as inferior. But Trump's administration has blown that myth to pieces because globally, people see it now. Whiteness in power doesn't guarantee wisdom. It doesn't guarantee justice. It doesn't even guarantee competence. All it guarantees is access. Access. Handed down through a rigged system that protects mediocrity as long as it wears the right skin. So let's be clear. This ain't about every white person, but it is about the fact that Trump has exposed the truth. That the old story of white superiority was never superiority at all. It was all smoke and mirrors. And now the smoke has cleared. So what comes next, right? If America wants respect on the world stage again, it won't come through Trump. It won't come through clinging to whiteness. It will come through honesty, justice, and multiracial democracy that values talent, not skin. Because the global stage just learned what we've always known. When you strip away the privilege, white mediocrity can't hold a candle to black excellence.
Hi, I'm Dan Graney. I'm best known as the writer of the episode of The Simpsons that predicted the Trump presidency 16 years before it happened. I don't know how I see the future. I'm not a scientist. I'm a prophet. In that episode, I hinted that the Trump administration had failed, leaving President Lisa Simpson to pick up the pieces. I now have a shocking new prediction. The end is near for the Trump presidency. It will happen in spectacular fashion. His fall will be unambiguous and universally acknowledged. He'll be removed from office. It's risky to put a date on it, but I have to call it like I foresee it. So I'm going to say by the end of the year. And we will move on as a nation and people united. Didn't see that coming.
Hello everyone. After watching all videos, I want to share my opinion. I think many people vote him for. They hope for lower price. They hope for better economy. They hope for better, easier. Life is easier. But today many people are saying life is still very hard. Food is expensive, gas is expensive, rent is expensive. Many families are working hard every day, but they still feel pressure. Now, I want to be fair. Not every Trump supporter regret their vote. Many people still support Trump. Many people still believed him. But at the same time, we can see that some voters asking a question. Some people are disappointed. Some people are frustrated, and some people are speaking out online. When people cannot afford groceries, they talk about it. When people struggle to pay bills, they talk about it. When life is become harder, people start asking questions. That is normal. It happens is every country, and it happens is every government. I think most people do not care about politics all day. Most people care about their families, care about their food, care about their rent. They care about their future. At the end of the day, people want to save simple life. They want to good jobs. They want to affordable food. They want to affordable housing, and they want to better future for their children. And what most people are looking for. That is why this video is getting so much attention. People are want answer. People are want solution, and people want to know when things will be better. For me, this is bigger than politics. This is about everyday life. This is about working people. This is about families trying to make through each month. So, what do you think? Do you think some mega voters regret for their vote? Do you think people just need more time and see the result? Let me to comment below. There is another thing I want to say. Many people online are angry right now, but being angry will not solve the problem. People are want to see change. People are want to see result. That is the what matter most. When a family goes to the store, they do not think about politics. They think about how much money have they have. They think about what food you can buy. They think about their children. They think about pay bills. That is the reality of many families today. I also think social media is showing us something important. Many people are sharing their real life. They are showing groceries bill, they are showing their rent, they are showing talking about money problems, and many people watching this video can relate of them. That is why this video is so much attention. People are thumbs up their stories. Some people say that made the right choice. Some people say they made a wrong choice. That is up to them to debate. But one thing is clear. A lot of people feel stressed right now, and a lot of people want to think they get better. I think the next few months will be very important. People will continue watching price, people will continue watching the economy, and people will continue sharing their opinion online. That is why this conversation is not going anytime soon. People are paying attention and people are wants answer. Let is my opinion on this topic.